Hey, what's up? It's Kenny, aka Chef KP, here to do an instructional video for a meal, easy meal that you can make for your family at home. Inexpensive, things you can find at your local grocery store. So today we're going to do deboned whole chicken, and we're going to stuff it with giblets, bacon. We got cucumber, carrot, some garlic, fresh rosemary, shallots, got an onion, little lemon, butter. Use as much as you want to use. It varies, obviously. I just like butter. We have chicken broth here, chicken stock, whatever you want to use. Maybe about a cup of that. Got fresh spinach, and we got feta cheese. Also, you're going to need a deboning knife or a utility knife. The chef's knife to chop everything. Twine to wrap the chicken in. You can't do anything with this. And don't use anything that you have at home if it's not meant to be in the oven. And we're going to get started. Debone this chicken. Alright, we're going to debone the chicken. If you've never deboned a chicken before, it's not hard. You do need a sharp knife and to be careful. So, the bigger the chicken, the more you can stuff it with, obviously. So get a nice size one if you're feeding more than 2 people. You're going to empty it out. Most of them come with the giblets and everything inside. Take those out, throw them in your chicken broth and boil them for a while. You can use them later, like I will. Alright, when deboning the chicken, I'm going to put the breast down and go down its back. I'm going to feel along here, kind of find where the center is and where it separates. Where the joints are for the wings and inside of there. Just gonna make a slit, an incision down the back side. Put your fingers in there, don't be afraid to pull on things. The chicken will come off mostly. You don't want to separate too much with the knife if you don't have to. You want to keep as much meat on there as you can. You're going to reach in there. You're going to find that joint for the wing. Be very careful. Connect these joints up here for the wings. Reach in and fill them. You'll find it in there. Don't worry about what you do to break the bone off. It'll be fine. Just want to go down. You want to fill this carcass. Use your hands. See what you're cutting. You should feel yourself scraping against the rib cage. And turn it around. I'm going to do the same thing with the leg bones. You got the leg bone, you got the thigh bone. You want to just get right under the thigh bone, pop it right out of there. There you go. And we got the carcass. So we want to start on the other side, do the same thing. Be very careful with your knife. Just never have your fingers in the way of anything, most importantly. Like I said, you can get in there with your fingers, pull some of the meat. Just do it easily. You don't want to rip the meat apart. Back to the next thigh bone. Find it. If you want, you can just go through it with your knife. I'm a big guy, so I do things a little more of a messy way, but it all works out. Now when you start getting underneath toward the chicken breast, be very careful not to cut through the bottom. You don't want to separate and cut through the whole thing, and you have a giant hole on the top of it. So be careful when you're doing that part. the other joint on the other side. They don't feel anything, so don't be shy. This is part of the wishbone up here. We'll just get all that stuff out. Alright, we're at the base of the carcass right here. So just find it and get as close to it as possible. Almost just run your knife over the top and make sure you don't cut through the bottom. It will take some time, so I don't think you're supposed to fly through this. Be careful. Take that ass bone out of there. You don't need that. And there you go. That's the backbone, spine, and the upper carcass of the chicken. You can boil this with water or with some broth to give it flavor. Just cook it thoroughly, and you're good. Or you can toss it, which I'm going to do now. So I'm not going to use that today. This is the chicken inside without a backbone. So what you're going to do now, you're going to cut off the winglets. You can use these two. Obviously, it's like one of the best parts of chicken wings in general is the middle part. So I'm not gonna throw that away. I will enjoy that later without you. Do the same thing with the other. This guy is buff, man. Get my Michael Myers on. There you go. Now, there's little excess bone from everything you've pulled. You just want to get the stuff you can see out. Check by the neck because that's where the wishbone is. And then we'll take the bones out of the wing right there. And you should know where most of the bones are. There are a few that hide that you won't see, but just feel around. You can't miss bone. We'll take the last wing bone out. Just get along the side of the bone and just run along it and get up under it. Work the meat from around the joints up top. There you go. Do the same thing to the other wing bone. Just get around it, try to save as much meat as you can. You don't want to be wasteful. It's the other wing. I'm going to do the thigh bone, just right alongside. You'll feel the inner one. Same thing. Just scrape down on the side of the bone with the blade. That way you don't lose anything. It'll peel right off of it. Find the joint in there. Pop that right out. Do the same thing, actual leg bone. Go from the joint, slide it straight down. Now the thing with this is I'm going to break them at the tips. A lot easier with the back of the knife. Not this one, the chef's knife. You have to use something big, but you just want to break it. Just did that in the first place. Just go around the bone, get into the joints. And we'll take that end piece out when we're done cooking. It's kind of stability for the end of it. We'll do the same thing. So one over here, thigh bone. Find the joint. I'll try it out. We'll do the same thing with the leg. Pause it real quick. You may be wondering why you're all of a sudden here with me. I'll tell you about sharp knives. Be careful. I didn't slice myself, but I poked myself, and with a sharp knife, that's bad. But just rinse it off, put a band-aid on it, cover your hand up. Don't go back in with a band-aid if you're feeding people. You want to do that to yourself. Alright, let's go finish this up. Take this last bone out. one out. Anyway, so this is in your whole deboned chicken. So while you're in here and you have it open, fill everywhere. You know, lay everything out. Check everything out. Make sure there's no strays hiding out. It's the other half of the wishbone that I didn't get at the beginning. Break bones, disconnect joints. It makes everything easier, even in real life. Anything chunky, cartilage that you might miss, you want it out of there. You don't want to choke anybody to death when they eat it. So take the time, feed it, fill it thoroughly. Alright. This is a whole deboned chicken. If you have things that come out, you can keep them and do something on the side. If they're big, you get everything in here. Since we're going to stuff this anyway, put them in there. It's all going to cook. Put it where it needs to be. So, next we'll prep and get everything that we're going to stuff it with. When you're done, you can season it, throw some salt and pepper on it, and we'll get to stuffing it next.